There's no fridge here, no electricity, no ice, and yet this milk has been sitting outside for hours, and it's still cold. Not just room temperature cold, actually cold to the touch. Sounds fake, right? That's exactly what I thought too, until I tried it myself. And the craziest part, this method is hundreds of years old, and it still works today. We become so used to refrigerators that we forget something important. People kept food fresh for thousands of years before electricity even existed. No compresores, no power grid, no modern technology, just simple physics and smart design. And today I'm going to show you one of the most effective methods ever used. It's cheap, it's simple, and once you understand it, you'll never look at cooling the same way again. Let's be honest, electricity isn't always reliable. Power cuts happen, bills keep going up, and in some places, people don't even have access to refrigeration. Now think about this. Milk spoils, vegetables wilt, food goes bad, fast, especially in hot weather. So the question is, how did people deal with this before refrigerators? Because clearly, they had a solution, and not just any solution, a surprisingly effective one. This method comes from dry, hot regions, where keeping things cool was a real challenge. Places where daytime temperatures could get extreme, but nights were cooler. People there needed a way to store food, without relying on anything modern. So they created something simple. 2 clay pots, some sand, and water. That's it. No wires. No machines. Just materials you can find almost anywhere. At first glance, it doesn't look like much. But once you see what it does, it's hard to believe. Here's how it works step by step. You take a large clay pot and place a smaller pot inside it. The space between them you fill with sand. Then you pour water into that sand until it's completely wet. Now here's the key part. You place whatever food you want to keep cool inside the smaller pot and cover it. That's it. No electricity, no ice, just a simple setup. And somehow it starts cooling things down. But why? The secret behind this method is evaporation. When water evaporates, it takes heat away with it. That's why your skin feels cool when sweat dries. Same principle. The wet sand slowly loses moisture and pulls heat away from the inner pot. That's what cools the food inside. When I first tried this, I didn't expect much. But after a few hours, the inside felt noticeably cooler. I left some vegetables overnight, and normally they go soft. But this time, they stayed fresh. That's when it really hit me. This actually works. You can use it for fruits, vegetables, milk short term, cooked food limited time, perfect for power outages, outdoor trips, remote areas. Now let's be real. This isn't a full replacement for a refrigerator. It won't freeze ice. It won't keep meat fresh for days in extreme heat. And it works best in dry air. But even with those limits, it's still incredibly useful. Because this isn't just about cooling food. It's about realizing something important. Simple ideas can still solve real problems. No expensive tools. No complicated systems. Just clay, sand, and water. So next time you think electricity is the only way, remember this. People have been doing this for centuries, and it still works today. If you found this interesting, stick around, because the next one might surprise you even more.